everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a project pan. I've never done one of these before, but I've seen a lot of people doing this video. And I thought it would be a really good idea to be able to use some of my older products that I have in my collection and I want to use up. So I figured this would be a great idea to do. So I did pick out 18 products that I want to be able to use up, hit pan by the end of the year. So this is my intro to Project Pan 18 in 2018. So if you want to see the items that I picked out, just keep on watching, and also don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. So let's just jump right in. So I didn't see a lot of Project Pans videos until the beginning of this year. I saw a lot of them on my YouTube feed, so I wanted to check them out, and I thought it was a really good idea. There's a lot of makeup coming out every year, and we're always on top of it, picking up new makeup. So I thought this was a good way to be able to use up some of the older makeup that you have, or even new ones, whatever you want to pick, be able to use them up by the end of the year. So I did pick out a few items. I picked a few items for like eyeliner, eyeshadow, primer, foundation, like a little bit of everything, just so I have like variety to be able to use up. Wish me luck. Hopefully I am able to hit pan on everything. So the first item, I'm just gonna do a setting spray. This is the Urban Decay De-Slick Makeup Setting Spray. This is actually halfway. The last year, I've just really been using the Milani Make It Last setting spray. I used that up, and I did pick up another one, and I'm like almost halfway on that. So I just want to use this up. I've had it for quite some time, and I just haven't been using this spray, and I am going to mark it. I do know this is halfway, but I'm going to mark all of these products so I know where it's at. By the end of the year, I know like how much I used up and stuff like that. Also, let me know down below if you want me to do like a in-between. Like maybe I can do should I do like a quarterly, or should I do like in 6 months, like show you guys how much I've used up? Or should I just wait until the end of the year to show you guys how much I used up of products? Let me know down below what you guys want me to do, and I will do that for you guys. The next item that I picked out are actually 3 face primers, and I'm gonna count this as one just because all of them are pretty much like half or less than half, and I have a lot of primers in my collection, and since these are pretty much like under half of being used up, I figured I can count this as one. So the first one is this Rimmel Stay Matte Primer, and it's this one right here. My freaking white backdrop like messes with the white packaging. The other one is this Laura Mercier Foundation Primer. This is like a hydrating primer. And then this last one is the Cover FX Mattifying Primer. It just looks like this. So I'm going to be making this as like one product again, just because they're less than half, all 3 of them. So I want to use them all up for this year. The next product is this MAC Studio Fix powder in the shade C3. And I'm almost about to hit pan on this, but I've just been really loving drugstore pressed powders lately. I was using the CoverGirl one and also the Rimmel Stay Matte. Those were just my go-tos, and those are like really super hit pan. I have like a little bit around the edges, so I figured that I could use up my MAC powder just because it's a high-end product. It's not affordable, so definitely will be trying to use this up for this year. Another powder that I want to use up, this one has hit pan. I have hit pan on this already, but I just want to use it up again. And this is the Sephora Matte Perfection Powder Foundation. This is in the shade 24 Warm Beige. And as you can see here, I did hit pan on it, but I've just been really into the CoverGirl and the Rimmel pressed powders. So I want to go ahead and use up both of these powders this year before I buy any new powders. So I got some powdering up to do. So I actually picked out 2 foundations to use up this year, just trying to get away with the ones that I always wear all the time and stuff that I mentioned like in my favorites. So the first one is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation, and I'm in the shade Light Sand, and this one's actually like right here. And I haven't used this in like a few months. I used it the other day and I was like, wow, this foundation is just beautiful on the skin. So I want to use this up. This is one of the foundations I picked up in the beginning of the year last year, and I just want to use it up. So again, it's to like right here. I'm gonna mark again all my products so I know where I was when I started. And the next foundation is this Hourglass Vanish Stick foundation, I believe. Yeah, and this is in the shade Sand. I haven't been using this foundation just because the color is a little tad dark for me, so I will have to be mixing it with a foundation lightener or like a lighter foundation. But as you can see, this is like all the way down how much I've used, like nothing, if anything. So I want to use up this foundation. I'll show you guys how much product is in here. I don't really go towards stick foundations. They're just not my favorite. So this is how much foundation is in here. And again, I have used very little of this, if any. So I plan on using this baby up. I've had this for about a year too, and to just use this much foundation is not acceptable. So this is another foundation I want to use up this year. So I have a couple bronzers that I want to use up this year. I've had these for such a long time, and these are just like baby samples, but if you keep using these will last you a very long time. So this first one is the Chocolate Soleil Matte Bronzer, and this is what it looks like. It smells so delicious. It smells like chocolate. I just really been loving the Physicians formula. That's just been my go-to, and I believe hopefully I could use this baby up. Again, I've had this for a long time. And the other baby one that I want to use up is this Hoola Benefit Bronzer, and this is what that looks like. These little things have a lot of product in them. So yeah, these two bronzers I just want to use up and just get it out of my collection. They've been sitting in my collection for a very long time again. And another product is, this is a blush and bronzer duo, and this is in Laguna and Orgasm by Nars. And I've had hit pan on this quite a long time, but to be honest, I haven't used this in at least 6 months. So I don't really gravitate towards these shades. I like the pinky nude shade, so I'm not sure how much pan I will hit on this, but I definitely want to use up at least just the bronzer. So use up the whole bronzer, and if I don't use up the blush, I'm okay with it, just because I don't really gravitate towards those kinds of blushes. And yeah, this is another product that I want to use up. I've had this in my collection for years, at least 2 years. So this definitely needs to be used up and gots to go once I'm done with it. Another Nars product that I have here is this. It's a concealer stick, and I have used some of this up. This product is so old. I don't remember the last time I used it. So this is how much is left on here. I'll put it down so you guys can see. You can see it. It's probably to like that I used like this much. But I want to use this up. Just, I've had this in my collection for so long. I remember not really liking it. I just felt like my under eye area looked dry when I used this. I swatched it on my hand and it looks a little pinky. So I figured I would use this to like correct my dark circles, or even use this. I remember that I didn't like it as under eye concealer, and I was going to use it as an eye primer, but I'll use it for an eye primer or like just to correct my dark circles. So this is one of the concealers, and then the other concealer that I want to use up is this Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer. I remember really liking this. It was really hydrating under the eye area, but I did find that it didn't do a lot for my dark circles. So I'm hoping that these two will help. Since this is a little drying and this is like hydrating, that it will be like the perfect combination. So let's go on to eyes. I picked two eye primers actually. I picked up these two eye primers to use up. This is like one of the longest eyeshadow primers I've had. This is the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. I've had this baby for years, and it's pretty much like halfway. You can kind of tell there. So I want to use this up. I did use up the Milani eyeshadow primer this last year, so I know I could use up this little half of this up this year. So this is another product I want to use up this year. I think I can do it. I used up an eyeshadow primer last year, so I'm sure I could use this up. And the other eyeshadow primer that I picked out, I don't know how much is left in here, and I've had this for a while also. This is the Essence I Love Stage Eyeshadow Base. This one was really nice for, it was kind of like jelly-like. It was nice. I want to use this up as well, another concealer for me to use up. So I picked two palettes to try to hit pan on this year. I don't know, like when you have a lot of eyeshadow palettes, when to hit pan on an eyeshadow palette is not really easy. So we'll see how that goes. I did mention this palette in my yearly favorites, and I'm just gonna stick to it. This has just still been my go-to palette that I've been using since the beginning of the year. This is the Balm Meet Matte Matrimony, and this is what these shades in here look like. Again, you get the nice like lid setting shades, you get reds, purples, browns, you get a black. This is like this is my everyday go-to palette. So hopefully hitting pan on a few of these shades will happen this year. So I'm down to 3 more items. The next item I want to use up is this NYC liquid eyeliner. You can't get this eyeliner in the United States anymore. So I figured why not use up this liner? Nobody can buy it, so use it up. I didn't want to pick this eyeliner, but I knew I had to just because I use a lot of felt tip liners and those are easier for me to use up just because they're more easier to apply and stuff like that. This one has a brush wand and I do not like the wand on this and also the NYX matte liquid liner just because the wand is not stiff and it's not precise, but this is the eyeliner I picked for me to use up. And then lastly, I picked 2 lip products. The first one is by Maybelline and it's Touch of Spice lipstick. And I figured this one needed to be used up ASAP because they're starting to be little balls on the lipstick. Can you guys see? Does that mean that it's like not good anymore? It doesn't stink. It still has that vanilla scent. So I want to use up this lipstick. I figured using up like everyday pinky nude shades would be great, obviously, because I just gravitate towards those shades and it would be easy for me to use up. Is that considered cheating? I'm not sure. It's still pretty pigmented. It doesn't stink, so I figured maybe use up this baby ASAP just because it has little something on the sides. And then the last product, this I've had for so long. Another pinky nudish shade. This is the Tarte Lip Surgeons Lip Cream in the shade Thoughtful. So it's like a lip crayon. And as you can see, this is like all the way down. So this still has a little tip to it. There's quite a bit of product left in here still. So I need to use this baby up. I'm going to put it in my purse. So this is like my one I go for when I don't apply lipstick at home. Oh my gosh, the shades are pretty similar. But I just figured I can use up stuff that I would wear, you know? Like, I'm not going to pick a vampy shade to use for all year long. Like, we don't really use vampy shades all year long. So these 2 lip products I picked for my project pan this year. And I'm excited. I think I can use up those. I'll just put them in my purse again and I will be golden. So those are all the products that I picked for my Project Pan 18 for 2018. Let me know down below what you guys think of about the products that I picked out. And let me know down below if you guys plan on doing one or if you guys have one. Let me know so I can go check it out as well. Don't forget to let me know if you want me to do like a 3-month check-in or a 6-month like halfway mark check-in, or just like do it at the end of the year and let you guys know how much I've used up on this Project Pan journey. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye!